doing the same thing, right? So what can we conclude about sugar? It's a drug. Y'all on drugs. Sugar is the worst drug ever made. And it's it's legal. And it's given. And it's forced. They even tell you need a little sugar when you take a test. Lies. So this is reality, people. This is what they don't tell us. Sugar is a drug. If you look at marijuana from a molecular level, you will find that marijuana and CBD is not a drug. But they say this is not a drug, but it is. So y'all see the difference? What actually is there, what God placed for us to use, they put us against it and gave us other stuff instead. So we have to learn about ourselves, learn where we come from and what we used to do, and that will reverse everything and put us back in motion. Yes, ma'am.
I heard you say you work with us to help us with our blood pressure medicine.
Yes.
Is it all right if I call? I've got to talk to
Yes, ma'am. You got a card.
Okay. And I need to call you right
Yes,
now.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. We'll sit down and work on a health plan, a healing plan.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Earlier you said milk isn't good for you.
Milk is not good for you. No, not even for the babies. We shouldn't even give our babies milk.
What should you give them?
Breast milk.
Oh.
The cow had the breast milk for his baby.
Yeah.
We got breast milk for our baby. When we breastfeed our babies, that gives that baby everything it needs for the rest of its life not to be sick.
Now, in some cases, sometimes the child will reject the mom's breast milk. What would you do in that case?
I believe that the child hasn't rejected the breast milk. We just haven't given the child and the mom time to get used to what's going on. So there's no it's just like saying that the mama body reject the baby.
I mean, that happened.
But I understand what you're saying, but if the mother and the baby can work together, and then there's always pumping. They can pump the milk and give it to the baby. But that baby can't reject what exactly it's made up of. So it's not rejecting it. It has to get used to the process. Yes, ma'am.
What you said about sugar and people have sugar, you said that they should fast.
Yes, ma'am. You
Every
can.
time I fast, my sugar goes sky high.
If you fast and your sugar goes sky high, that means you need something maybe like blackstrap molasses or moringa seeds. They have natural sugar and they give you spurts of sugar throughout the day. God gave us something from the earth, just like our body, to regulate us throughout the day. So that's why if you have those health issues, you can do a plan of how you're going to do your fast. But it can happen. And if you keep doing it, you'll reverse the diabetes all the way out of there. So now you're building your body up, putting back what it needs. And when you fast, you're not using those chemicals and medications that would normally cause your body to need it. And you will go through a withdrawal. The first 24 hours, you might be mad at everybody. You know how they say about people going through withdrawal symptoms? You literally go, your body really wants that sugar, really wants that food, so it's hurting for it. But you're not going to give it to it because you're trying to reverse what's been happening. Yes, sir.
Can you use honey as a substitute?
Honey is okay.
And also bananas.
But bananas are excellent.
Sugar.
Yep. Mangoes give you perfect sugar.
Thank you.
Grapefruit juice. I know they told you don't drink grapefruit juice or eat grapefruit juice with your blood pressure and cholesterol medicine. Stop the cholesterol medicine and drink grapefruit.
All right.
Eat the grapefruit because they say that because the grapefruit actually lowers your blood pressure. So if you take the blood pressure pill and drink the grapefruit juice, what's going to happen? It's going to work even more because that's all it's doing. So you actually don't need the pill. You just need the grapefruit and the grapefruit juice. But they would rather you pay for the pill. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And one thing, what we say, what comes out our mouth.
Very important.
I had a relative, it was all, she just claimed all her little diseases, domesticated them, potty trained to marry. My this, that's my sugar, that's my diet, that's mine. It was hers. You couldn't take it from her.
And
So
they
we
tell
have
us
to watch
not
what
to tell you
proceeds out.
it's hereditary, or you had this in your family.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I need to know what I had in my family, because I can see what they did. Let me move out the way of that. I ain't got it no more. It's not hereditary. But if I do what mama did, it's hereditary. If your doctor tell you you're gonna have to take this medication for the rest of your life, you will, if that's what you're depending on. But if you correct it, will you need it anymore? No. So we just have to go back and listen to what has been said and go back to the old way before they say what they saying now. And if it go against it, it don't make sense. When you put a seed in the ground, don't it still grow? Seed time and harvest still happen. So God's stuff still work, y'all. Make sure you go back to the old way. Whatever you remember, write it down. Write it down and start back using that ginger. It's great for digestion. It's great for inflammation. Rosemary, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. When you get a cold, you don't need nothing. Just stop eating. Anytime you feel bad, stop eating. Your body immediately starts to heal itself, because when you start eating, you feeding the virus. You feeding that bacteria. You feeding whatever's ailing you. So whenever you start feeling bad, stop eating.
How long should you stop eating?
At least 3 days. Or
No,
10
no.
Yes.
You're done showing up then.
No, you won't. You're gonna die if you don't stop eating.
Yeah.
Because you're making that virus stronger.
I can't
You
help.
making it, you can handle it. You can handle it. I do it with you. Yes, ma'am.
Stop eating, what you gonna do, just drink water?
Yes, ma'am. Like I put on here, when we go on our first 3-day fast, alkaline water, which is water with the pH higher than 7. Our body right now is probably really acidic. If your blood level is 6 or lower, that's not good. That's grounds for infection. That's borderline, you're gonna die. You can get septicemia. Anything can happen. So we want our pH to be above 7, and we do that by drinking alkaline water. Our body should be more alkaline and less acidic. And then we want to mix our herbs: rosemary, turmeric, ginger, honey, if you want to use honey, blackstrap molasses, moringa seeds, wheatgrass, anything from the earth that's real. That's what you want to boil and drink. And 100% not from concentrate cranberry juice. You can mix it with your water. And you do this alternating between hours, and that keeps your body moving so you don't get constipated, but at the same time it's resting your system so they can mend themselves. And the herbs put back in what you've been missing. It put back potassium, your salt, puts all your electrolytes and everything back in balance. If there's any infection in your blood, it removes it, like the burdock root, dandelion root, all those things. I have coconut oil. It's my favorite of all. Coconut oil is good for cholesterol, blood pressure, fungus, bacteria, virus. I'm a wound care specialist, so off the record, I be doing stuff, y'all. I'm sorry. At the hospital, off the record.
Off the record.
But the families be so happy and wish they could have paid me instead of the doctor. Off the record, I had a person that had a wound this big in their bottom. Had been dealing with it for years and years and years and years, opening back up. And the doctor said, we're just going to keep opening back up, blah, blah, blah. And I get excited about stuff like that. When they say can't nothing, you know, that's how it is or that's the way it's going to be. I got my coconut oil. One day, I went into work late in the evening when it's all quiet down, got my coconut oil, and I said, you know, I have to
In the name of
pray
Jesus.
to the divine and let the universe know what we about to do. So I put the coconut, you know, clean it, put the coconut oil in there, and I put the wound vac on. You're supposed to change the wound vac every 3 days, but I put coconut oil in there, and I know it works really well. So I knew I had to change it the next day. So I told somebody I'm what I was doing. I always have to have somebody working with me. So I told her what I was doing. I said, in 24 hours, I want you to call me, and I just want you to lightly rip the act like you made it come off a little bit, so I can come. They can tell me to come change it, because they'll have to call me to come change it. So I put the coconut oil on there. I hooked the wound back up. 24 hours came. They called me and said, Miss So-and-so wound vac messed up. We need you to come fix it. So, okay, I'm coming. When I get back to change the wound vac, all the bacteria, all the slough, everything so pretty and pink, now ready to start healing. In 24 hours, that coconut oil had removed all of that slough and icky stuff that they tell you that they have to give IV antibiotics to get rid of and all that kind of stuff. 24 hours, wound vac and coconut oil cleaned it up, start healing. So every day after that, every other day I would put the coconut oil on it. And some days I would put some rosemary in there. About, I say, a month, that thing was this small. And everybody was wondering what is going on. And I just say, I take my time. That's all I can say, I take my time. But I know that what God has given us, it works. MRSA and staph. Coconut oil kills MRSA and staph. I worked at the hospital. I ain't gonna say what hospital. They have bad outbreaks of MRSA and staph, and they call these hospital-acquired infections. Don't let the hospital tell you they gonna give you something, and you sign off and say, okay. No, we're not gonna do that no more. MRSA and staph, coconut oil kill it. Rosemary kill it. These people paying $30,000 and $40,000 to get antibiotics through their arm. I bought coconut oil, rub it on there, and it's gone. So the old way, what God has given us, works. What man has made is corrupt, and it tears down the body. Right? So we have to get back to what we know, learn who we are, the supreme beings that we are. They use our blood to make vaccines. They use our blood to make chemicals. They use our blood for everything. So why would I use my own blood and just heal myself? We don't need the stuff that they're making. We can do it ourselves with each other's help. We have to hold each other accountable. If I say, Mary, I'm fasting today, every time Mary see me, if I'm about to touch anything, she supposed to, now you remember what you said. You know you want this to get better. You know you want that to happen. You know, holding each other accountable and helping each other heal the heart, which will heal the family. And everybody that has been African American Matters of the Heart, I'm so glad to be here with you all, and I hope you invite me back again. Thank you so much.
We're gonna, we'll get to the door prizes, but we're gonna go ahead and pray, and then we